Yo, what's going on out there, universe? It's your boy Hellavation, aka Fasted Sith. Thank you for tuning in to another video from the Galactic Emperor himself, the Sith Lord Hellavation. Now, on to the video topic. And in this video, holocron of a Sith video. Welcome to my holocron, and thank you for taking the time out to watch another holocron from your fellow Sith Lord. I wanted to talk about parental responsibility for childhood obesity and its influence on adulthood obesity. Now, you know, like I said, especially with me, I got into a big argument with my mom, and I've had arguments with her about this before, is that the reason why, you know, partially the reason why I'm overweight to this day is because of the mental engrams that were implanted into me as a child when it comes to food. You know what I'm saying? Food was used as a way to celebrate. Food was a way to used as a way to emotionally cope. Food was a way was a reward. Food was a treat. Food was a way to show affection and love and a lot of different negative connotations with food, because food should just specifically be, you know, for sustenance and energy. Not saying that you can't enjoy food and you can't be a foodie, but at the end of the day, food, that's what food is. Food is energy. Food is a way to replenish, you know, the different, you know, macronutrients and micronutrients in your body, and to, you know, sustain life. That's what food is supposed to be for. And especially in the African American community, we don't learn that. A lot of the food that we eat in the African American community is deep fried, you know, heavily oiled, fat back, butter, you know, saturated with fat, all of that. That's why it's so good. That's why, you know, soul food is so good. And I know that even, you know, my mom is not as much responsible for this as my grandmother is, but, you know, I learned my relationships and my, you know, addiction to food was influenced a lot by them. And, you know, a lot of parents, you know, they say because you're an adult and you should have learned how to deal with food by now, that it's not their fault. They're absolved from responsibility because you're an adult and you should be able to, you know, lose the weight yourself. I will give you that. You know, I will give you that. As an adult, it is my responsibility, and I take full responsibility because I've further perpetuated those habits and those bad engrams to the point that it's hard to reverse them. You know, that's why the whole saying of, you know, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but this dog is finna learn some new tricks, motherfucker. So, you know, but at the same time, it's like, you know, your past influences your future, whether or not you want to believe it or not, or whether or not you want to accept it. Your past influences your future. It doesn't mean that your past is your future. You know what I'm saying? You're not doomed to fail because you failed in the past, but it, you know, it also, you know, has a high influence on, you know, who you are as an adult and who you are today. And I think parents need to take responsibility, especially now, because you're seeing fatter and fatter children. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing kids that don't go outside and play. You're seeing kids that stay in the house. You know, even as a young kid that was overweight and obese, man, I played tag, I rode bikes, I played football, baseball, kickball. I mean, we did it all, and that's part of the reason why to this day I think that I have such a unique body type as far as the way that I hold weight and genetics, and the reason why I never was the the really fat looking kid, I always carried my weight well. And I played sports in high school. I wrestled, I played football, and I did a lot of outdoor activities. So, so even though I was a fat kid, I was a fat kid that, still was very, 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 very active. So, but I also ate more than I was calorically outputting, which says a lot. You know what I'm saying? If I'm an active kid and I'm still gaining weight, that just shows you how much food I was actually eating as a young, not a child, a young adult, and now an adult. I'm 630 pounds. You know what I'm saying? And food can easily become an emotional coping mechanism that, when you have things that emotionally happen in your life, whether good or bad, you turn to food. And that's the easiest way to gain weight. And that's the reason why I gained a lot of weight as a child. And I think that parents, in our society, need to take responsibility and accept responsibility for their children. How can you sit there and watch your child get fatter and fatter and say, well, this child is fat because they're genetically predisposed to getting fat, or they're just big boned, or, there's nothing wrong with them. That child is beautiful. Yes, there is something wrong with your child. Your child is a fat ass, you know what I'm saying? And you're the fucking culprit because your child learns the behavior from you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, go ahead and get what you want in the kitchen, or go ahead, yeah, you can have seconds, or yeah, you can go ahead and not eat vegetables, or yeah, you can go ahead and not eat fruits. Oh yeah, go ahead and go buy soda, go buy candy, go buy all this sugary food, and get your child to be these sugar addicted ADD, ADHD type children nowadays. Where do you think that shit comes from? There wasn't no such thing as ADHD and ADD in the fucking 70s and the 60s and the 50s. You know what I'm saying? That shit's all post 1980. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying, parents need to take responsibility for what they give their child to eat, how much they give their child to eat, and what they're feeding their children, and teaching them proper relationships with food, and, showing them, how to, deal with exercise and getting active, and using activity as a fun source instead of video games. Not saying that the kids can't play video games, or, I'm not attacking video games, because I love video games. My kids are going to be gamers, but they're also going to be active. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be one of the rules in the house. You have to play a sport. You cannot be an unactive child. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want my children to ever grow up to be me, 630 pounds, and I have to spend the next 3-4 years losing all this fucking weight. I don't ever want my child to struggle as an adult because of things that I taught them as a child. And if they do, you know what I'm saying, I will take responsibility for it, and I will apologize for it. Not sit here and say it's not my fault, it's your fault, get over it. You know what I'm saying? The past is a past. No, your past has a valid influence on your future and what you think today. You know what I'm saying? And unless you spend time with a psychologist, therapist, or going through a lot of hardships in life, you never can get over those mental engrams. And people that continually say, oh, just get over it, those people can suck a fat baby dick. You know what I'm saying? And obesity is something that needs to be at the forefront of America's consciousness. Not cancer, not AIDS, not all these other things, that to me aren't as important as obesity. Obesity is is huge in this country now. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended. You know what I'm saying? And is the leading cause to all of those fucking things, including heart disease and high blood pressure, hypertension, diabetes, and everything else. Everything has a correlation with obesity. Now, I'm not saying obesity is the number one cause of everything, but it has a damn correlation with it. You know what I'm saying? A strong correlation at that. So, anyway, enough of the rant. Let me know if you were an obese person, were you obese as a child? If you were obese as a child, do you think that it affected you as an adult? And do you think that your parents have a responsibility that plays into your obesity as an adult. You know what I'm saying? Let me know down in the comments what you think on this issue, because to me this is a very important issue, and you know, I want my mom to see this, because you know, my mom, she's of the ilk that you know, it's my fault, you know what I'm saying? Now, it is my fault as an adult. I will take that responsibility all day. I strongly believe that. I kept eating and eating and eating and eating and eating and using that as an excuse, you know what I'm saying, to keep, I'm already fat, so why the fuck should I care? Now I'm 630 pounds, now I do care, and now I gotta fucking go through probably one of the most hardest journeys of my life. So, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And as always, down into the description is all of my social media links, so be sure to add your boy. But anyway, this is Hellavation, a.k.a. Fastest Sith. Be good, or be good at it, bitches. I will see you in the next video.